As we age, many aspects of life take on new meaning. Relationships, intimacy, and the pursuit of pleasure are no exception. For those over 65, the prospect of dating or reigniting a love life can feel daunting, even taboo, in a society that often sidelines the desires and vitality of older people. But here's the truth. Being older doesn't mean you stop wanting connection or the intimacy of touch. In fact, it's quite the opposite. This stage of life brings with it a freedom, wisdom, and self-awareness that can make romantic and sexual connections richer than ever. The key is understanding how to embrace this phase with confidence and optimism. The first step in getting back out there is recognizing that your age is not a limitation, but a strength. Many older adults hesitate to pursue romance because they feel insecure about their bodies, think they've missed the boat, or worry about societal judgments. These concerns are natural, but they're also unnecessary barriers. If you've made it to this point in life, you have decades of experience, resilience, and stories that make you fascinating. People are drawn to confidence, and nothing is more attractive than someone who's comfortable in their own skin. To begin, it's essential to confront the outdated belief that sex or romance after 60 is somehow inappropriate or irrelevant. Modern society is starting to break away from these stigmas, and you can be part of that shift. Love and attraction don't have an expiration date, and neither do pleasure and passion. The first step is to let go of any shame or embarrassment about your desires. There's nothing unnatural about wanting intimacy, and seeking it out can bring new vibrancy to your life. Rekindling your self-confidence might involve small but meaningful steps. Taking care of your physical appearance is one way to boost your self-esteem. That doesn't mean you need to chase youthfulness or fit into conventional beauty standards. Instead, focus on what makes you feel good in your own skin. A new haircut, a well-fitting outfit, or even a spritz of your favorite cologne or perfume can do wonders for how you perceive yourself. Similarly, staying active, whether it's through walking, yoga, or dancing, can help you feel energized and connected to your body. When you feel good about yourself, others will notice. Another crucial aspect of building confidence is shifting your mindset. Many people over 65 believe that the dating world is for younger generations. They might see apps, events, and social scenes geared toward millennials or Gen Z and assume there's no space for them. This couldn't be further from the truth. Today, there are countless opportunities tailored specifically to older adults, from dating websites like Silver Singles and Our Time to local senior meetups and social clubs. Recognizing that you have a place in the romantic and sexual landscape is empowering, and it's the first step toward making meaningful connections. Equally important is letting go of the pressure to fit into someone else's idea of what romance or sexuality should look like. Many older people feel burdened by the notion that intimacy must mirror what they experienced in their youth. It's okay for your desires, preferences, and boundaries to have evolved over time. What mattered in your 20s or 30s might not resonate with you now, and that's perfectly natural. The beauty of age is that you can create your own definition of fulfillment. Whether it's exploring casual relationships, building a deep emotional connection, or rediscovering yourself after a long marriage, this chapter is yours to write. In addition to embracing yourself, it's vital to cultivate connections. As you begin to put yourself out there, you might find that old-fashioned methods of meeting people, like striking up conversations in person or relying on mutual friends, feel more natural than navigating modern dating apps. That said, don't be afraid to explore technology. While the prospect of creating an online dating profile might feel intimidating, it's a fantastic way to meet like-minded individuals. These platforms cater to diverse preferences, and many of them are specifically designed for older users. If you're unsure where to start, ask a tech-savvy friend or family member for guidance. They'll likely be delighted to help. Beyond dating platforms, real-life interactions can be equally fruitful. Take up activities you enjoy, whether it's gardening, painting, or volunteering, and use them as opportunities to meet people who share your interests. Joining a book club, attending workshops, or participating in local community events are fantastic ways to form connections organically. Don't underestimate the power of a smile or a friendly introduction. Genuine curiosity and kindness go a long way, regardless of your age. Finally, be patient with yourself. Rediscovering romance or intimacy is a journey, not a race. Some days, you may feel exhilarated by the possibilities. Other days, doubt might creep in. The important thing is to keep an open heart and mind. By prioritizing self-confidence, exploring new avenues, and embracing your desires without shame, you're already laying the groundwork for fulfilling and exciting connections. Once you embrace the idea of exploring intimacy and romance as an older adult, the next step is understanding how to navigate the dating world effectively. Times have changed, and while some traditional methods of meeting people remain relevant, the digital age has introduced new opportunities and challenges. Learning how to approach dating with a sense of curiosity and adaptability is crucial for creating meaningful experiences. Modern dating often begins with technology. Dating websites and apps might feel foreign, but they're valuable tools that connect people across distances and backgrounds. Platforms like Silver Singles, Our Time, and eHarmony cater to older adults, ensuring you'll interact with people who share your stage of life and values. When creating an online dating profile, it's essential to present yourself authentically. Share your interests, passions, and what you're looking for in a relationship. A genuine, upbeat profile is far more appealing than one that tries to impress through exaggeration or pretense. Writing a compelling profile can feel intimidating, but it doesn't have to be. Think of it as a conversation starter. Instead of listing your hobbies, share snippets of what makes you unique. For example, instead of saying, "I enjoy reading," try something like, "There's nothing I love more than losing myself in a good mystery novel on a rainy afternoon." Specific details help others picture what life with you might be like and create opportunities for meaningful connections. Once you've matched with someone or sparked a conversation online, communication becomes key. Whether it's through messages, phone calls, or face-to-face interactions, how you engage with others will determine the success of your connections. One of the most important aspects of communication is active listening. Showing genuine interest in the other person, asking thoughtful questions, remembering details they've shared, and giving them space to express themselves is far more attractive than dominating the conversation or steering it toward yourself. Equally important is maintaining honesty and transparency. While it's tempting to gloss over certain aspects of your life, particularly if you've experienced hardships like divorce, loss, or health challenges, being open about your experiences fosters trust. That doesn't mean you need to share your entire life story on a first date, but being honest about who you are and what you're looking for will save you time and help you find someone who truly aligns with your goals. Building trust in communication also means being clear about your intentions. Are you looking for a serious relationship, companionship, or something more casual? It's essential to establish this early on to avoid misunderstandings. Being upfront about your desires doesn't make you demanding. It ensures you're both on the same page. This clarity will help you connect with someone who appreciates your honesty and shares your outlook on romance or intimacy. Navigating modern dating also involves learning the etiquette of digital communication. Messages can often feel less personal than face-to-face interactions, but they're a stepping stone to building rapport. When sending messages, focus on quality over quantity. Instead of sending generic "Hi, how are you?" texts, make an effort to comment on something specific from their profile or a previous conversation. For instance, if they mention their love for traveling, ask them about their favorite destination or a place they dream of visiting. Thoughtful messages show that you're genuinely interested and willing to invest time in getting to know them. While messaging can be an effective way to build connections, It's also important to transition to real-life interactions when the time feels right. Spending too much time communicating online can create unrealistic expectations or lead to misunderstandings. Once you've established a comfortable rapport, suggest meeting in a neutral, public place like a coffee shop or park to see if your chemistry translates in person. Meeting face-to-face is often where true connections are made, and it's the best way to determine if there's potential for something more. When it comes to in-person dating, the landscape has shifted significantly over the years, but the fundamentals remain the same. First impressions matter, and it's worth putting thought into how you present yourself. Again, this isn't about trying to look younger or masking who you are. Rather, it's about showing that you care enough to put effort into the occasion. Dress in a way that makes you feel confident and comfortable, and pay attention to small details like posture and eye contact. These subtle cues can leave a lasting impression and convey a sense of warmth and openness. During the date, focus on enjoying the experience rather than worrying about the outcome. Many older adults put pressure on themselves to find the one right away, but dating should be as much about the journey as the destination. Approach each date with curiosity and a sense of adventure, viewing it as an opportunity to meet someone interesting and share a few enjoyable moments together. Even if the romantic spark isn't there, you might walk away with a new friend or a valuable learning experience. In addition to dating, don't underestimate the power of expanding your social circle through other means. Intimacy and connection don't always stem from romantic pursuits alone. Engaging in group activities or joining clubs can be a fantastic way to meet like-minded people without the immediate pressure of romance. Whether it's taking a dance class, joining a hiking group, or attending cultural events, shared interests often pave the way for organic connections that can evolve into something deeper. It's also worth mentioning that intimacy isn't purely physical. It's emotional, too. At this stage in life, you have the unique advantage of knowing what you want and what you value in a partner. Emotional intimacy comes from being vulnerable and allowing yourself to be seen as you truly are. This can be a challenge for those who've been out of the dating world for a long time or who've experienced loss or heartbreak. However, opening up to another person, even slowly, can be immensely rewarding. For those who may be returning to dating after the end of a long-term relationship or the death of a spouse, it's normal to feel a mix of excitement and apprehension. You might wrestle with feelings of guilt, nostalgia, or uncertainty about how to move forward. Give yourself permission to grieve, reflect, and take things at your own pace. You don't need to compare your new experiences to the past. Instead, see this as an opportunity to create something entirely new and meaningful. Another consideration when pursuing intimacy as an older adult is addressing physical changes with grace and honesty. Aging brings natural shifts in our bodies, and it's important to acknowledge and adapt to these changes without shame. If you're re-entering the sexual aspect of a relationship, it's worth having an open dialogue with your partner about your comfort levels, preferences, and any limitations. Many older couples find that intimacy becomes less about performance and more about connection, exploring pleasure in ways that honor their body's current needs. Today's dating landscape also offers greater opportunities to explore alternative relationship models if they appeal to you. Some older adults find themselves interested in companionship without the pressure of traditional labels, while others may be curious about non-monogamous arrangements or casual encounters. Whatever path you choose, remember that the key to fulfillment is honesty with yourself and with your potential partners. Lastly, it's essential to stay safe, especially when dating someone new. Always meet in public spaces for initial dates. Inform a trusted friend or family member about your plans, and listen to your instincts. If something feels off, don't hesitate to leave the situation or take a step back. Protecting your emotional and physical well-being is paramount as you navigate this exciting new chapter. Re-entering the world of dating and intimacy might feel unfamiliar, but it can also be one of the most rewarding experiences of your later years. With patience, openness, and a willingness to adapt, you'll find that meaningful connections are not only possible, but often deeply fulfilling. Once you've dipped your toes into the waters of dating and begun forming connections, the next step is nurturing those relationships and redefining intimacy in ways that bring joy and fulfillment to your life. This stage is about cultivating depth, exploring your desires, and embracing the unique ways love and passion evolve in later years. One of the most important shifts to embrace is understanding that intimacy isn't just about physicality. It's about connection. While physical intimacy is undoubtedly a meaningful part of relationships, emotional and intellectual intimacy take on even greater significance as we age. Sharing your thoughts, values, and dreams with a partner creates bonds that go far beyond the surface. As an older adult, you bring a lifetime of experiences and insights to the table. Sharing these with someone who truly listens and appreciates, you can create a profound sense of closeness. If you're navigating a new relationship, be open to exploring what intimacy means for both of you. Perhaps you'll discover that small acts of affection, like holding hands during a walk or sharing a quiet evening together, hold more weight than grand gestures. Communication is key. Don't be afraid to talk about what makes you feel loved and valued. In return, listen to your partner's needs and desires. Building a thriving romantic life is a two-way street, and mutual understanding is the foundation of lasting intimacy. For those re-entering a physical relationship, it's essential to approach this aspect of intimacy with curiosity and an open mind. Our bodies change as we age, and what felt natural or effortless in your youth may now require more communication, experimentation, or even humor. The good news is that intimacy in later life often becomes more focused on pleasure and connection than performance or perfection. Exploring new ways to experience intimacy can be an adventure, and many couples find this chapter of their relationship to be one of the most satisfying. If concerns about physical intimacy arise, whether due to health issues, medication side effects, or general discomfort, know that these challenges are normal and manageable. There are many resources, from doctors to therapists specializing in sexual health, who can help. The key is to address these concerns openly with your partner and explore solutions together. Whether it's trying different approaches, using aids like lubricants, or simply focusing on non-sexual forms of affection, the goal is to create a sense of closeness that works for both of you. At this stage, it's also worth revisiting and redefining your priorities. What does a thriving romantic life look like to you? Is it about companionship, passion, adventure, or a blend of all three? By focusing on what truly matters, you can build a relationship that aligns with your values and brings lasting happiness. For many older adults, intimacy also involves unlearning societal expectations and embracing authenticity. Throughout life, we're often conditioned to believe that romance must follow certain scripts: courtship, marriage, monogamy, and so on. While these structures work for some, they're not universal. Now is the time to question old assumptions and create a love life that reflects who you are today. If that means exploring casual dating, traveling with a companion, or maintaining a long-distance relationship, so be it. There's no right or wrong way to experience intimacy, as long as it feels fulfilling to you. Sustaining a thriving romantic life also requires effort and intentionality. Relationships, no matter the stage of life, need care and attention to flourish. This might mean carving out time for regular date nights, surprising your partner with thoughtful gestures, or simply making space to have meaningful conversations. Consistency and thoughtfulness are the cornerstones of a strong connection. Equally important is maintaining your sense of individuality. A healthy relationship thrives when both partners bring their full selves to the table. Continue pursuing your own hobbies, interests, and friendships outside of the relationship. This not only enriches your life, but also ensures that your connection remains dynamic and engaging. Another often overlooked aspect of intimacy in later years is humor and playfulness. Life can be heavy at times, especially as we navigate health concerns or other challenges associated with aging. Bringing a sense of lightheartedness into your romantic life can be incredibly refreshing. Whether it's laughing over a shared joke, teasing each other playfully, or dancing in the living room, moments of joy and spontaneity can reignite passion and deepen your bond. For those in long-term relationships, reigniting intimacy may require conscious effort. Over time, even the strongest connections can fall into routine or complacency. If you and your partner are looking to rekindle your romance, consider stepping out of your comfort zones. Travel together, try a new activity, or even take a class as a couple. Experiencing something new can create fresh excitement and remind you of the spark that brought you together in the first place. Finally, as you build and sustain a romantic life, remember to embrace the present moment. It's easy to get caught up in what was or what could be, but the most fulfilling relationships are rooted in the here and now. Cherish the time you have with your partner, whether it's a few months, a few years, or a lifetime. Every moment of connection is a gift, and approaching it with gratitude will only deepen your experience. The journey to finding and nurturing intimacy as an older adult is one of growth, discovery, and joy. By embracing who you are, letting go of outdated expectations, and fostering genuine connections, you can create a romantic life that feels as vibrant and fulfilling as ever. Whether you're building new relationships or rekindling existing ones, the possibilities for love and connection are endless, and they're yours to explore. Life may have brought you to this point with a few scars and stories, but it has also given you the wisdom and courage to embrace the future with open arms. Love and intimacy don't have an age limit, and your ability to connect, grow, and thrive is boundless. This chapter of your life is an opportunity to rediscover passion and joy in ways you may never have imagined. So take that first step, reach out, and let yourself experience the beauty of connection. You deserve it. As we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect on the journey we've explored together today. Whether you're just dipping your toes into the world of romance again, rediscovering the joys of intimacy, or rekindling the spark in a long-standing relationship, the possibilities for connection and love at any age are truly endless. Life after 60 isn't a winding down. It's a new chapter, one filled with potential adventure and opportunities for deeper relationships. Now, I get it. Stepping into this territory might feel a little scary at first, but think about it. You've lived through so much already. You've faced challenges, overcome obstacles, and learned more about yourself than most people ever get to. You've got wisdom, resilience, and most importantly, a sense of who you are. That's why this phase of life is such an exciting time to explore love and intimacy. It's a chance to bring your whole self into the experience. And let's not forget that love, whether it's emotional, physical, or both, isn't just about finding someone else. It's also about how you feel about yourself. So whether you're single, dating, or in a long-term partnership, make time for self-care and self-love. Treat yourself with kindness, take risks, and enjoy the process. Okay, now here's a little bit of yapping for you, because who doesn't love a good detour? Seriously, if I had $1 for every time someone said, "Oh, dating apps? That's for my grandkids," I'd be a millionaire. Listen, folks, the world has changed, and so should we. Those apps, they're not just for young people. Trust me, you're not going to find love sitting on the couch complaining about the good old days. Put yourself out there. And if you're one of those people who thinks romance is overrated or too much effort, well, hey, it's your life. But I'll say this, a good cup of coffee, a long walk, or a shared laugh with someone special, that never gets old. Okay, I know I'm rambling now, but before we go, let me remind you of one last thing. Life is short, but it's also what you make of it. And love? Love is one of those things that makes life worth living. Whether you're 65, 75, or beyond, it's never too late to find happiness, connection, and joy. If you enjoyed today's topic and found some inspiration, or just had a good laugh along the way, make sure to hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can keep up with all the latest uploads. We've got so much more to share with you, from advice and tips to stories that celebrate life at every stage. Thank you for spending some time with me today. I hope you're feeling motivated, confident, and maybe even a little excited to embrace this chapter of your life. Go out there, live boldly, and make it amazing. And as always, have a wonderful day. Until next time,